Welcome back, team. So once you open the Devops photo, just go there to the repository. In the repository, if you double check one thing, team, open the folder backend Java, open SRC, open main, open resources. If you double check something, here the properties are defined. When you go for the properties, there are application properties. In Springboot world, this is exactly the environment where parameters will be passed as environment variables. So the problem here is there is a database connection. There is a DB connection very clearly. You no need to understand these annotations and are not required. Because these are the common things only where backend developer, Java developer will use. But you should understand how he is connecting to the database. If you notice the data source.url, here is trying to connect JDBC Java database connection : MySQL : /RDC hostname. If you don't define RDC hostname, it will refer MySQL. If you don't define RDC port, it will refer 3306. If you don't define RDC database name, it will refer todos. If you don't define RDC username, it will take as todos user. If you don't define RDC password, it will take as dummy todos. The point you should understand here is all these are environment variables which you should pass to your app service. If you don't define these things, it will blindly consider your hostname as MySQL. But technically, your hostname is not MySQL. I'll tell you what exactly your hostname. If you go back to the MySQL server, there comfortably you can see what exactly your database hostname. If you go there, team, there I can highlight for you. Yes, if you just come here, there just go for the MySQL, Azure database MySQL. If you see this one, MySQL-docker-hk, this is the point exactly I'm highlighting. If you notice this one, there is a server name MySQL docker-hk MySQL database.azure.com. This would be the exactly host name, but currently it is just considering MySQL, which is absolutely wrong. So we should fix this first. How to fix this? Just refer the repository, very simple fix. Copy the environment variable, just go back to the app service. Once you go back to the app service, go to the configuration section. There you can see the configuration section, team, okay? Here you can see the configuration section. Just click on the configuration, team. Once you click on the configuration, it will just show you some options, new application settings. Just give the RDS hostname. So just come here, copy the hostname from this portal, from the Docker MySQL docker-hk. Copy the server name, copy it. Just go back here, just paste over there. That's it. Click OK. That's fine. No need to say wait for a while because you need to give some other things also. Next, one more application settings. Once you are done with this thing, again go back to the repository. What is the another variable? RDC port. Copy the RDC port. Just come here. Just define the variable as RDC port and just give, because it's a MySQL, always it will listen on 3306. So there is no problem in that. Just give the same thing. Once that is also done, then followed by I'm just considering RDC_DB_name. Copy that and just go back here. Just come here. Just take one more application settings. Just come here, RDC database name, todos. Now you should understand what is todos. This is one of the database name which you need to create on the database server, team. Just click on OK. Once this is done, thereafter it is coming as RDS username. Copy the RDS username field. Just come back here. There you can just open this particular application setting, new application setting, RDS username. Okay. This is what exactly I have given my database server name as GPadmin. That's exactly the thing. And one more is the final one, which you must define. So that is the RDS password. You just copy this RDS password and just go back here. There, go for the RDS password. I'm just defining the password as something, whatever I define. Just click OK. Everything in place. Just save it. Just continue. That's all. This is what exactly you should handle. If you handle these application properties, now you are passing environment variables for your app service. That's absolutely awesome. Once you are done with this thing, next what you need to do? You just go there to the overview. Just restart the app service. That's enough. Once you restart the app service, the server will go for restart. On top of it, your container also will go. Wait for a few seconds. Now this time we will try to double check. Sorry. This time we will double check there. I think how exactly this thing is behaving. I already shared the URL in your chat box. You also give a try and let me know. This one usually will take a few seconds, team. You need to be a bit patient here. We will wait and we will see the error. Okay. You just come back here on the app service. Just come to the app service side. There you can go for one of the thing log stream. Just open the log stream team. Okay, if you open the log stream, here you can see how exactly the logs are getting displayed, the live logs. Okay, because you just restarted, that's why it is not even giving any kind of connection. Okay, just wait for a moment. Once the app service is up, it is trying to connect. Okay, wait for a moment, team. Okay, now you can clearly double check what exactly the things are happening on all, but it is still considering unknown host exception MySQL only. That's a problem actually. Actually, we need to double check this one. Okay, and one more execution happened. Just a moment. Yes, just a moment. Let me double check. Yes, something unknown was section to consider MySQL Docker HK MySQL database.com. This is excellent, meaning that your environment variable is being considered. Your environment variables are being referred. It's okay, application error doesn't matter for me, but my database host name is being referred. That's awesome. Once your database host name is being referred, team, now what exactly you need to do? Now we'll go to the architecture. Now if you refer the architecture, the problem here is the first and foremost thing, your app service is defined. You gave the database details, but database is the app service is unable to reach that database. That's a problem. Now what exactly you need to fix here? That's the thing exactly you need to think about, team. Okay. Firstly, you need to think few things. Okay. You need to think about few things. Firstly, what exactly I'm just thinking. In this particular app service, when the app service is trying to connect to the MySQL database server is a private server. It's a private server. You know very well that private server is always integrated with the private DNS zone. Now you need to inform your private DNS zone, hey, this network is well known to me. You need to inform that first. Let's go back to the database. Before going for that, I just need to do one activity here. Go to the databases. You need to create one database name called to-do stream. So that is the thing exactly I passed as an environment variable. Please understand. So you need to, on the server, you are creating the database called to-dos. You know why? Your repository is demanding this. That's why I'm just creating the to-dos and save it. Okay, awesome. So you are creating a database called to-dos. Once that particular to-dos being created, I think you can see that particular thing in the list. That's all. That is enough. This is the database exactly you are using for your Springboot application. These are all the default one. You don't need to care. Ignore. Now you just come back here, team. What exactly we are playing? We are playing with the network. Just go for the network. Under the network, there you can see the private DNS integration. For the private DNS integration, there you are seeing the subscription. There is a DNS zone. MySQL Docker HK private. Right? Let's go back to that one. MySQL Docker HK. That's the thing exactly you need to think about it. And another check, one more check. I need to go to the network section also. Network section of app service. Okay, I'm just going referring the network section of app service. Yes, click on the networking section. Here I just want to double check one thing. So whatever this particular case, I mean wherever we have deployed, especially this one, you just click on the private endpoint. See, especially this particularly if you recall, for this particular app service to create as part of our network, we specially defined one subnet dedicated for this, right? We have defined, if you recall, we have defined one subnet. On top of it only we just did. See, if you recall this one, this is what exactly the activity. So now my point is, you need to remember the virtual network name. That is important. Docker project SGV name. That's the thing first you need to remember. And the next one, I'm just going to the DNS zone, private DNS zone. Okay. You just go there and refer the private DNS zone. This is what the exactly the, and just go there and just type Docker. So once you type the Docker, there you can see privately, there you can see MySQL Docker HK, private MySQL database.com. I showed this one already, second time I'm showing this. First, what you need to do, you need to go there and just add a virtual network link. So I'm just adding this particular VNet link for app service. Okay, that is exactly the app service VNet link we are adding to. Just copy this and just go back to the virtual network section. This is important. Okay, here you can see whatever the name you just referred here, right? You just referred here, what Docker-project, right? You need to pick that one, team. So that is the important step which you need to do. Just pick that one. That's all you need to do. Enable auto registration or not really needed. This is the one exactly will helpful to make any kind of VM communication is possible. For example, why this is there, I will explain. For example, team, in this particular VNet, there is a virtual machine. What you are doing now, you are adding this network to this private DNS zone database name. When you are adding this particular network to the private DNS zone of this particular MySQL database, it will just asking an option. If you have any VM instances, those things will be registered automatically so that VM can directly hit your database. That is the thing exactly it is recommended. That is not needed. We will explain, we will deal this case in Kubernetes. Okay, don't worry. At the moment, this particular auto registration is not required. You just ignore that one. We'll come to this one more time. So once VNet linking is done, I informed my private DNS zone about my virtual network app service. That's awesome. The another check what you need to do. You just open the database. This is the database network, right? Just go there. There you can see an option called pairing. Just open the pairing. Just open the add button. You need to form the VNet pairing also. That is another activity which you need to do. I'm just adding a HKPA to Docker VNet. Okay, that is the thing exactly you're doing, right? So from HK to Docker VNet you're adding Docker to HK or HK to Docker, anything is fine. I just asked you to just double check these options. I'm just filling those things. I haven't looked into that. You try to double check these options, team. Just go back here and followed by there you can see the virtual network name, virtual network link name. Sorry, yeah, just a virtual network. So where you are sitting in the HK one. Then when you're sitting in the HK, you need to select the Docker. Okay, counter one. Okay, that's all. You just select the options. Let's go there. Just proceed on this. So now what exactly the things you achieve? You form the pairing. You form the VNet link. 2 activities exactly you achieve. Excellent. Now what exactly I'm going to do? You just come back here. One more time restart, please. Just go back to the overview. So whatever the app service you're holding at the moment, just go to the overview. Just go there and just click on restart one more time. You know what exactly you attempted this time? You have improved your architecture, especially in providing the connection. How exactly you did? You formed the VNet pairing between these 2 networks. So that's the step number 1. Okay, let me add that one here, team. Okay, this is what exactly. So VNet pairing. So VNet pairing is the one exactly will help you to connect the 2 private networks together to communicate in the private IPs. Okay, so that is what the VNet pairing exactly helping you. On top of it, VNet pairing. This is VNet pairing, team. Okay. So this is the thing exactly we should. This is second time you guys are listening. Hope you already know this area. Okay, the next one. Once you are done with the VNet pairing, team, what exactly we informed another one. The problem here is if it is a simple VNet pairing, that is this here one VM is sitting, VNet pairing is more than enough. But the problem is it's a database, it's not a VM. So when you see any database or something like that, private database, it's been integrated with the private DNS zone. That is the exactly the catch here, team. Or you just bring the private DNS, whatever the private DNS zone you are seeing. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, come on. Okay, so whatever the thing it is, okay, let me adjust this one. Okay, so this particular thing, whatever the database you are seeing about. This particular private DNS zone, it integrated the private DNS zone, okay? PDS, I'm just giving this one, okay? PDC, okay? Now, since it's integrated, so you should inform about your network. So that's exactly the thing you did at the moment, team, okay? This is the connection exactly you inform. Because of this particular private DNS zone integration connection, VNet linking, then only you can able to communicate with any one of your private instances sitting in this particular virtual network. That is the case exactly you need to achieve from your end, team. So once you are done with this particular activity, now let's go there. We already restarted. Let's wait for a while and just go there and reload and check the live log. Okay, check the live log one more time. I think it got reloaded, seems to be. Just let me double check one more time, team. I think you also have the same thing, right? You just go there. I'm just going for the incognito window. Let me try on the incognito. Still I'm getting application error, team. See, your problem is not solved yet, okay? Still you are getting application error. So the thing is, you go for the log stream one more time, team. If you go for the log stream, though here I'm saying something, okay, it's connecting, okay, it's displaying something. Just a moment. Now this time let's double check what exactly the problem here. It is still telling, hey, it's unknown host exception for me. Still it is telling unknown host exception. I'm unable to identify exactly about your host, okay, whatever the host you are sitting at the moment. Okay, that is the thing exactly it is telling. Okay. So what are the MySQL Docker HK MySQL database Azure.com. So let's wait for a while. The reason for that one is you are done with all your tasks. If you want, I can give one test also, whether it is a really unknown host or not. Okay, I will tell you now. We will just talk about one small activity here, which is a auto registration. We just created one private DNS zone team. So if you recall, sorry, your database. This is your database private DNS zone. Can you please go to the overview page? Especially here is the record section. If just before when you are adding a VNet link, it is asking one option at the bottom as enable auto registration, which you have not done. I'm going to simulate that case now, just because I need it to test your scenario. You go to the overview, click on the record set. Important thing. So whenever you are adding a record, I told you already, this VM wants to communicate with the DB directly. I need to register this VM under the private DNS zone. Otherwise, it is not possible. So important point to note. So how to register this one under the private DNS zone? This private DNS zone well known about my network, but the private DNS zone doesn't know about my virtual machine. So that's the thing exactly you need to take care. Now I'm just going back to our virtual machine. What are the virtual machine you are holding at the moment? Okay, I'm just going here. So Docker VM is your virtual machine as far as I know. Okay, I believe this is the one exactly we created. Okay, so I believe this is under stopped state, which is not really good. Just go there. Just Docker-VM is the one exactly copy it. Go to the add record set. I'm just giving that name, and it should resolve to a private IP. What are the private IP it is holding at the moment? Okay, this is what exactly the private IP. Please copy the private IP. I have not done anything here. Okay, I'm simply adding one simple activity, which is alias record. Okay, if anything comes with this particular domain, then it will be resolved to this IP. So that is exactly the thing you are just adding. That's okay, fine. So because you are adding VM name, VM IP only, no problem. But where you have added this one in the DNS zone. So where is DNS zone sitting? DNS zone is sitting here. You inform DNS zone about your VM. That is what exactly you did. So once you are done with the activity, I'm going to apply a simple trick. The reason why we are doing this activity, because your app service is always telling, hey, I don't know about this particular database. That is the thing exactly it is telling always. So that is why I'm here to sort out that case, whether it is the problem of the app service, it is the problem of any network, another issue, we are going to narrow down. So to do that, let me go back to the Docker VM. What is the Docker VM IP address? 93, right? So this is what exactly our public IP, right? I believe we already connected by using Visual Studio Code, right? Let me go back and let me try to connect this one too, okay? I'm just closing the remote connection, whatever the things are there already. This is not required for us, okay? Close remote, click on the double arrow and just connect to the host team. So once you are connected to the host, this is Docker VM awesome. Okay, we already connected earlier. That's good. Now, simple trick I am just applying. I'm going to hit database from the VM. I'm telling you a simple hint for you. What we are doing. I'm going to simulate. I'm sitting here. I will directly hit the database. Whether I'm able to hit or not, that's what exactly I'm going to see. Okay. Let's see that. If this is able to do, some problem here because your connections wise you are good. Okay, then we will think about this case. Okay. Firstly we will see this one too. So to do that, I believe you got connected to the Docker VM. Awesome, excellent. Just go back here and just open folder. Just open this particular folder path. So once you are ready with the folder path team, this is good. Okay. Now what exactly we need to do? So we need to do one activity. Just go back to the terminal. Okay. Let it open. I think it is still yes. Awesome. It got opened. Very simple thing I'm just doing. Okay. So what other thing is there? I'm just applying NS lookup. Okay. Because that's a private database, right? That's a problem here. Just copy NS lookup and just go back to your database, whatever the database you have. This is what our database writing. There is a server name which you are saying here has MySQL Docker HK something, right? Just copy this one. Just come here. Just apply. Hit enter. See, it is resolving to an IP address. It is resolving to an IP address, meaning that your VM is able to communicate. Your VM is absolutely fine. Okay, it is able to communicate. Okay. That's awesome. Okay, no problem on that. So the only problem here is I think it is identifying the host. Okay, let me double check one more time on the app service. So I proved a clear-cut thing as the VNet to VNet connections and DB connections is awesome. No problem. But there is a problem in the app service outbound connectivity. Let's double check that one. Okay. Before going for that, I just want to go for one more time reload. Otherwise, you also give it a try team. Maybe it may take some time. That's why it is just throwing for us application. You can give it a try one more time. And we will double check the case here. Okay. Please give a try on this particular domain team, please. Okay, fine team, just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Okay, let me go back to the app service one more time. Let me check the live log. Okay, live log. So that's the thing exactly. I will go there, usually double check, okay, to see the logs. Anything with respect to unknown host or something else. That's the thing exactly we'll try to. Okay. Always try to check the logs. Don't go blindly. Okay. Try to check the log first. Okay. It is still throwing unknown host exception, host exception only. Okay. All right. Okay, fine team, not an issue. Let me go there and double check what exactly the outbound connectivity we placed for the app service. Okay. Let's do that team. Okay. Let's go back to the network section of this particular app service. And go there to the downside. Okay, there you can see outbound connectivity. Okay, outbound connectivity. So especially when you go for the outbound connectivity, there you are seeing VNet integration section. The VNet integration section, especially if you talk about this VNet integration, I want to give a view for you. When you click on the VNet team, you just go there and double check. Okay, what are the VNet you have at the moment. If you double check your HK, what is the VNet name? Is it HK or small HK or small? Just a moment. Let me double check the network name. Network name which you just used here. What are virtual network name? Yeah, capital HK only. Okay, all right. So when you go for team, the point you need to catch here. Okay, when you go and search with the HK, see, this is the thing when VNet integration when you are performing the VNet integration, I do not see any kind of Singapore based, only see Singapore based virtual networks only. But I see Southeast Asia, Southeast Asia. But I don't see any kind of other region virtual networks. See, you need to understand this catch here, okay? Please understand, VNet integration is possible within the region, between the networks, okay? Please understand that one. So it is not allowing across the region. So this is not the root cause for your case, okay? And one more thing I'm highlighting, this is not the root cause. Because at the moment, if you switched off your outbound connectivity means it's going to the internet. It is going to the internet. Okay, so meaning that you just allowed your app service. Okay, you can comfortably connect with anything. Okay, you can comfortably connect with anything. That is what exactly you're doing. If you go back to this particular architecture, so what exactly you're doing here? So you are just coming here. So from here, you are sitting here. The network, whatever the traffic is coming here, you are trying to connect your database via private DNS. This is the connection exactly you are establishing. When you are establishing this connection, I think this particular app service is unable to identify what exactly this particular database host, whatever you define. Okay, alright team, just give me a moment. Let me try to fix this case. Just give me a moment. Okay, let me go back to the app service. I don't see any issue on the app service. I think absolutely fine on the app service side. Outbound network connection, that's fine. Okay, no longer will be turned off. Okay, fine. This is okay, this is fine. These are the normal things only. I don't say anything. This is private inbound. So the inbound traffic. Okay, inbound traffic. This is managing inbound traffic. Okay, just give me a second. I'm restarting one more time. If needed, I'll redeploy also. Light. Just give me a second there. It's all running. Okay, no problem. Just a moment, team. So I'm just doing one activity. I'm informing about app service also. So I'm just going back to the private DNS show. About the private DNS show, just creating an app record set. Okay, I'm just informing the MySQL Docker. And here comes, there you can see especially about there is a networking section. Under the networking section, you can see about a private IP. Just copy the private IP and just give an entry out there in the private DNS show. Okay. So I'm just copying. This is the IP exactly. I'm just going here. Just come here and just go there and just proceed and just give this particular address. Just click OK. Just want to double check one thing. I got one doubt here. How come these two have different CIDRs? Team, one is 90, another one is 30. Is it from the same VNet or different thing? Just give me a moment. Just a moment. I have some doubts here. So it got 90, 1090, 1.4. That is what our virtual network, right? So let me double check on the virtual network. I have a small doubt on the virtual network. Just a moment. So what are the virtual network you are seeing, right, team? Just a moment. I'll just go back to the app service Docker. Go to the networking section. If you go to the networking section, there you can see private endpoint. Open this one. You can see something called Docker project SC unit, app unit, right? Just come back here under the subnets. There is a VM subnet. I believe this is 10.90. That's fine. VM subnet is 10.90. But whatever the virtual machine you played just before, what exactly the IP address of that particular thing? Just open this particular Docker VM. Is it really deployed in the same VNet or different VNet? Docker project only. 10.90 only. Yup, correct. Now why I see 10.30? Something I see 10.30, right? Just before. Just go for the private DNS zone one more time, too. I'm just opening the private DNS zone. I see just 10.30. Oh, sorry. I think, okay, sorry. This is HK database. Sorry, yeah. This is HK database. That is 10.30. That's okay. So I think this is the correct 10.90, 10.90. I think it's my bad. Okay, all right. I just gave an entry and as part of this one. So now, guys, I think you give a try now, team. You all give a try now. Let's give a try one more time. So just go back here and log stream. What of the log stream you are seeing? It's trying to establish the connection. First, you should not take MySQL. So that is wrong actually. You should refer our database endpoint. Okay, you should not take MySQL team. See, this is wrong actually. Should not take MySQL. Let's see this one where it is coming from. You should take our endpoint. What are the endpoint we pass through the configuration? Let me double check the configuration. We have not touched the configuration. No? Configuration is still there. Awesome. This is there. No problem on this. Okay. Especially the host name is already sitting. Okay. Okay. Just a moment. I think I have a doubt here. So why it is referring? First problem. Why it is referring MySQL? It should not refer MySQL team. Okay. It should refer our actual our database instance endpoint. Okay. Let me try one more time here. Just a moment. Yeah, it is referring MySQL only. It is still referring. But why it is showing? No, this is not the latest log. That is 19th log. See, this date is different. This is wrong one. So you need to refer the 23rd. Here, are you seeing any kind with respect to that? That is important. All 23rd. I don't see anything. 23rd. See, I'm not seeing any connection exception. I don't see any connection type of exception. Let me double check. It's a connection exception only, but not unknown host. Sorry, it's not unknown host. Okay, that is the one thing which I can sense it. Just give me a moment, team. One more try restart, please. Finally, one more time restart. I'm just restarting the application because we have changed the network connections. That's the thing exactly I'm trying for. Okay, so let's try this time, and we will validate our architecture. Otherwise, I will have a plan B. I will implement the plan B. Okay. It's running. Just a moment. Because it doesn't mean that immediately it got started, team. Okay. Don't think like that. Immediately it is throwing. Just wait for a while. I don't think so. It's true. Just a moment, team. So now once you are here, there I'm just going for advanced tools. Let me go over there and refer the logs which will come over here so that we can take a look quickly. So, team, okay. We can double check these logs also, but these things will be displayed with a little bit delay. Okay, not the fresh UI logs. Okay, just a moment. Current container logs. Log stream. This is what your log stream. Okay. Let's double check the 23rd log. Okay. Only 23rd. Don't worry about the 19th log team. That's not required. Let me double check. Okay. So now the time is this timing is under UTC always. Okay. Always UTC only. So now I'm just double checking. I believe here they got an error already. MySQL connector Java 8. Okay, so it's a connection issue. Just wait for a moment. See, if I don't see any kind of unknown host exception, that case is different again. Okay, let's see and let's narrow down the case. Okay, let's wait for a while, team. Let's wait for a while. Is this implementation is true or not? Let's double check. I'm just redeploying the application for our fresh visibility. Okay, I'm simply redeploying the application. Just wait for a moment. Okay, it's deployed. It's taking the fresh one. Let's see. And we can double check the logs also here. Yeah, that's awesome. I do see the application error only one more time. Just let's see the immediate log. Okay, whether it is unknown host or it's a different one, that's what exactly I want to catch here. Okay. Okay, and double check the live log, especially on the app service also. That one will give you the exact one. Otherwise, it will take some more time if you refer this particular section to. It will take some seconds delay. The log stream. Okay, fine. So I'm just going up slowly. 23rd. That's awesome. The MySQL unknown host exception. Still, I'm getting unknown host exception. I want to double check, is it my latest one or not? Okay, firstly, what is this one? Unknown host exception. UTC time now. What is the UTC time now? 2:20 PM. Okay, it's 2:20 PM log exactly. Okay, now I go there. It's 2:13. This log is 2:13. 2:20 is not there, but this one, but 2:18. I believe this is latest one only. So what are you all saying? It's the latest one only. I think, yeah, it's 2:19. I believe this is the correct log only. This is the latest one only. But still I'm saying MySQL unknown host exception, team. Okay, it's really funny thing for me. It's okay. Okay, team, I'm just tuning the architecture a bit. Okay, I will give a fix for this. Just wait for a moment. Okay, so in this particular app service, whatever you are saying, I'm just trying to keep your app service outside of your virtual network for a while. I'm keeping outside your virtual network, your app service, okay? Just for a moment. I'm just keeping outside. If you keep outside, So meaning that your app service will sit here, just or something like this. I'm just keeping for a moment. Let me give a fix for that. Okay, don't worry on that. Let me give a fix for this. I'm just keeping this particular connections as it is. Okay, is this connections as it is. I'm not dropping these connections at all. I'm just duplicating one thing. So whatever the app service you are seeing at the moment, okay, whatever the app service you are seeing at the moment, those app service, this particular architecture will be there as it is. But meanwhile, for time being, what exactly the connection, what are the changes I'm just bringing up here. My app service is sitting outside, and my friend door also will connect to the same. No problem. I will use the premium friend door, okay, to make it more secure. I'm just using this one, and your app service is trying to connect to the database. Your app service is trying to connect to the database. So for example, so this is what exactly which you are seeing at the moment, right? So for example, so this is what the connection, okay? This is what the connection. This is what exactly the connection team, okay? For example, I'm just making this one up. Okay, I'm just giving a liner here in a different color. So I will give a fix this one. Let me double check the case. What is the problem here, team? Just give me some time. So meanwhile, what exactly I'm just doing here, because we need to clear this one. That's why I'm just showing some other method to just how exactly we can sort out this case now. Okay, I'm just changing the colors so that your understanding would be good. Okay, so even this is also fine. Okay, no problem in this. In this case also you can provide the proper security. Okay, no problem on that. So usually the architecture which I'm highlighting the green is the one usually we'll discuss. But for you, I just changed a bit in deploying into the virtual network section, team. Okay. So now what exactly we need to do? Just give me a moment, team. So just give me a moment, please. Hansu, స్నానానికి వెళ్ళాడు, తర్వాత వస్తాడు. పిలుస్తుంది పాప. Okay, so all right, team. So sorry. So now what we will do, I'm just changing the architecture a bit here. This is the another type of architecture which I thought to discuss later. But anyway, I'm just bringing this one now immediately. Okay, to just continue our part. Okay, and especially so whatever the things you are seeing at the moment, I'm not taking anything out. Everything will be there as it is. I'm not changing. So okay, because anyway we will see the solution for this. Okay. So for now, what exactly the case? This case is very straightforward. This is a public instance. But doesn't mean that it is since it's a public, each and everyone can come and hit this one. That is not possible, Tim. Okay, we will make like that. We will make our architecture like that. Don't think in an easy way. Okay. The firstly, what you need to ensure, few things, especially here, Tim. The firstly, so whatever the app service is sitting here, right? So this is the one of the app service. So your app service or whatever it is sitting, it is coming under Southeast Asia. So that's the first thing. And what are the database which is sitting, which is in the East Asia. So that's exactly the thing. Okay. Just keep these points in your mind. Now I'm going to tweak a bit. Okay. Just understand, tweak a bit. So what I'm going to do, just going for the app service. What are the app service you're seeing at the moment? The simple thing, I'm not doing anything. I'm just making this one as a public team. Simple, making public. How to make this one public? Go to the networking. There you can see the private endpoint entry. Just go there, and coming to this public private endpoint entry, remove it. That's it. Your private endpoint is a public. Now it is a public. The moment when you remove this one, automatically a private IP will be allocated for your app service team. You just wait for a moment. 1090 will be out and another one will come. Okay, you can see that. But in this type of model, see 5718 is the public one. But in this type of model, the problem with this one is, again you need to understand the problem. The problem with this one is, it is not so easy to connect to the private DNS zone integrated database from outside. Right? You know that technique already. It's not possible. That is why there is a feature for the app service which is a VNet integration. Okay, VNet integration. Okay, VNet integration. So what exactly the VNet integration will do? This VNet integration will help the app service to come inside. So what are the things you are seeing at the moment? Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, so what are the things you are seeing, right, team? So you can come inside first. So meaning that, what exactly the meaning for this one? So I can comfortably come here. So there is no doubt in that. Okay, you can come inside. Once you are here, VNet peering is there. VNet peering is there, and you already informed about your VNet linking. VNet peering is there already in place. So your app service to database connection is very much secure, but VNet integration I am introducing here. So when you are introducing VNet integration team, points you should remember, okay? So what exactly the thing? So you need to deploy your app service into one of the subnet. Same thing as this one, but not with private endpoint. Okay, it's not a private endpoint or private DNS connections. Okay, so that is exactly the thing. Okay, now what exactly the thing I'm going to do, team? So now I'm going to do one small activity. This connection, I'm going to make this connection possible. Okay, these connections, VNet pairing, VNet linking, no doubt that is as it is, team. Okay, I'm not changing anything on top of it. That is there. That is required also for this connection to work. Okay. Now I'm just giving the connections as it is. Now what exactly the thing I'm going to do? From the app service, I'm going to form a VNet integration to this Singapore one only. Because this is possible, right? Singapore can connect, okay? Now you just come here. This is public only. Entry is public only, but exit is different. I'm going for the outbound connectivity. So when you go for the outbound connectivity, I'm adding a VNet integration, virtual network integration. When it comes here, team, there you go for here. There, I'm just going there. I'm just selecting the Docker project SG. There you already prepared one particular subnet, right? Okay, so seems to be it's one of the instance. I think seems to be empty. That is why it is not allowing me. Just a moment, team. Okay, just a moment. So what exactly I can do? Just go there to your virtual network. So whatever the virtual network you have. So you have the virtual network Docker project as VNet, right? I'm going to create one more an additional subnet. Okay. I believe we have the enough things already. You see, I'm going to create one more, team. Okay. So go there and just create one more. So that is why it is always recommended to keep the space for you. Okay. And I'm just giving app service new. Okay. This is the another app service. Okay. This is another app service new VNet. Okay. That's the thing exactly we're preferring. Just take a new subnet. Now we just come back here, team. So once you are done with this activity, just come back to the app service. Your app service, whatever the app service you have. This app service is completely public now. You already turned this one to the public. Once this is done, team, just go back to the network section. Under the network section, there you can see the VNet integration. It's exactly the thing I'm talking about. Just go back to the VNet integration. Now when you click on the VNet integrate, it is asking you please add the VNet. Now I'm just clicking on the virtual network exactly here. Just come here, team. Just go for the virtual network here. Docker project SG VNet, and on top of it, I'm just going there. See, this is the awesome thing. Your new subnet is coming. Just connect it. See what exactly you did, simple thing. You integrated a public component with a virtual network. So you can come from outside to the app service, but your outbound connectivity is secure. Your outbound only can go to the virtual network. Okay, it cannot go anywhere. If you come inside the virtual network, there is a VNet pairing and VNet linking is already there. Connecting the database is easy, right? Directly you should be able to connect. That is the connection we are trying to prove here. To prove this one, now what exactly the thing we need to do? So just go back here. So that's awesome thing. So I believe your connection is there already. Okay, your connection is there already. It's been connected. Okay. Now once you are done with this particular connection, now VNet integration is on. Okay, VNet integration is on. This particular button should be on this time. Okay. If it is off, you need to double check one more time, team. One more time you should double check. This is on. Now, awesome thing here is, now you go there and just try one more time as part of the new change and how this particular app service is behaving. Okay. You just go there and double check and just trigger. So now what exactly you're doing? Your traffic is publicly I'm hitting, but your app service is smart this time. It can only route the traffic to the Singapore VNet. Singapore VNet is already connected with Hong Kong VNet, so that your communication should be smooth. This is what the expectation here. Okay, let's simulate that one. Okay, same thing. You also give a try from your mission so that you can understand this one. I'm just double checking the live log stream. It should not take this long time. Actually, you should throw this by this time. Okay, go for the log stream. Let me double check whether this error is true. As part of this HTTP is excellent. I'm seeing some different error. That's okay. So meaning that I don't see any kind of unknown host exception or something. This time I'm seeing something like okay, or something is went through. It is thing 404. So to fix the 404, that's again you need to go to the repository. So meaning that what are the endpoint you're hitting that is absolutely wrong. So you need to fix this endpoint by referring your code. Now you go back to the code. I'm just going inside the controller. Once you open the controller code teams, okay. So for example, I'm just opening the one of the controller here. If you open the controller, they are giving some API endpoints. These are called API locations. Just copy one of the location, copy this one, and just come back here, team. And as part of this one, just go / and that value. Just go there. Once you are done with this particular activity, hit enter. See, now still you are seeing some HTTP not found. So meaning that, so this endpoint is still not working. But you go there and double check your properties. There is one more clue, especially in the Springboot. You double check, see, you are introducing one default path. This is the prefix you are introducing, team. Okay, these are all the things usually developer knows. You don't need to worry. But what exactly I'm teaching you, how to make this particular API to work, how to ensure your APIs are working. Copy this context path. Context path is very important. The context path, place the context path here. Just place here and /. Okay, that's all, team. So it's a prefix exactly you place over there as part of the location. This one called location, okay, API location, and tracker check is the exact endpoint. Hit enter this time. See, I'm seeing hello world. So meaning that this is the exactly the deployment which we just deploy to the public app service. Doesn't matter for you. You know why? Though it's a public, you can still make it as a private. How? If your Friendor is a premium, if you connect to the app service, automatically this connection is very much secure. No man in the middle can connect to this particular app service. That is impossible. And there is a VNet integration which is already connected to the database. So your architecture is completely fulfilled here. But the only difference here is we deployed this one into the virtual network, which is the new thing which we attempted this time. And this is something wrong. I believe we need to double check. I need to double check this case. What exactly the point I missed out. I will double check and confirm you on this particular architecture. But this architecture is exactly the thing which usually will simulate. So now you just go for the Friendor premium and just integrate with this one. Your end-to-end connections are there in place. Okay, end-to-end connections are there. For instance, I'm just going to the app service. App service is already done. I'm just going to the Friendor team. Okay, and the last one. So now if you go for the Friendor CDN profile. So I'm just going for the any Friendor is fine. But to make your architecture more secure, always it's recommended to just give the premium one, so that the network wise you are very strong. Okay, no one can exploit your traffic. That is impossible. So I'm just going there and just go for this particular Docker. I'm just taking the Docker project or whatever the thing you have. I'm just taking FD-premium is the one exactly. I'm just simply selecting, and the premium model I'm just selecting, and whatever the thing you just paste over there, just give this one over there. It will generate a dummy endpoint to you. That's okay, fine. Origin is the app service. These things are very well, team. Okay, the Friendor is the only one again we are seeing. Okay, don't worry. We will learn other things also. Enable private link service, and I'm just deploying this particular private link service nearby region. Singapore region is not available. I'm just selecting the sites whatever the default value they just provided. I'm just giving some test, okay, to just identify this request is coming from our end. And WAF and the caching, I'm not enabling this for the moment in this project also. Just go the review and create and finally click on create. Now what exactly you attempted? You just created the Friendor premium. The advantage of the Friendor premium, you know that already. The Friendor premium will make a very secure connection to the app service. And app service is already VNet integrated with the VNet. Right? This is already VNet integrated. Then this VNet is already connected to the VNet. And the VNet pairing and VNet link form, and your traffic is completely safe. No problem as part of your particular API traffic. So this is absolutely fine. And this is the another model which we attempted. So this one is exactly your app service already sitting inside. It's already sitting inside. In this case, VNet integration is no longer needed. VNet integration is no longer needed. That is exactly the advantage here. That is why we have not enabled VNet integration in this case, team. Okay, because already there inside the particularly is VNet. But the only problem, I need to double check this problem. What exactly the problem came? I will double check and confirm you in the next part. Don't worry on that. But for now, let's simulate this one. This architecture is also absolutely fine. Okay. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment, Tim. I'll give you the chance to raise your questions. Just wait for a while. Okay, alright team. So your FD is ready, okay? So once your FD premium is ready, you know one thing very well that, so you need to go back to your app service. So there is a point in the app service. If you just come back to the app service team, this is what one of your app service, right? Just come here. There is an endpoint here, no? Just click on this particular endpoint team, okay? Default origin. Just click on this one. So now, sorry, yeah. So under this particular app service, you just need to go for the networking section. This is important. Under networking section, it has introduced a private endpoint for you. Please go there and just enable it. Sorry, yeah. Just come here. Just come here, the private endpoint. Just select this one. Just give an approval. So once you give an approval, so that I think this particular thing, app service is successfully onboarded to your network, which is not belongs to you. Actually, you know, I told you very clearly in your previous project, especially for the friend door, when it has thrown a private endpoint request, that IP you cannot predict. The IP which is coming here, this is not from our end. That is not managing by us. Please understand. Okay. The moment when it is getting approved, your private endpoint getting approved, right? So you can see this particular public IP is turned into the private. Okay. Turn to the private. Alright, team. So there is a private endpoint on. See, this is not from our end. Please understand. This is managing by Azure, okay, not by us. Now the point here is your private endpoint on. That's absolutely awesome. But if you hit the endpoint, still this works. Still this works, team. So whatever the thing you proved, if you go there and just hit this works. The reason for that one is you allowed the public. You need to switch off that restriction. You need to off this one. So that's another thing. Disable the public access, because I don't really require the public access anymore. No man in the middle to hit your app service directly. You go there and try one more time, you will get 403 forbidden zone, okay? So, meaning that you are stopping the traffic directly to the app service. That is not recommended, okay? Anyone, whoever is coming for your application, they should come via friend door. So that is the restriction exactly you place it in, okay? So just wait for a while. I think it is still saving. Access restriction on, okay? So if you see the access restriction section, just give me a moment. That's fine. Just go there and try. Maybe it's cache. So let me go there and try in the incognito window. 403 awesome. So you're blocked. You cannot connect to this particular app service anymore. The only choice for you at the moment is to just come via friend door. So to just come via friend door, just go back to the home. There you can see the friend door. Open the friend door premium. What are the premium you just implemented? Click on the premium team. Just click on the premium. Here you can see the endpoint, whatever they're recommending. Copy this one, and whatever the endpoint you are seeing earlier, replace this one with that. This is what exactly, and by the way, this is HTTPS, okay, :// okay, just hit enter. See, you are seeing something, just wait for a moment. I'm just going for this one, okay. I think something is wrong here, just give me a moment. Let me double check the endpoint very clearly. Tracker middleware tracker check, that's awesome. I'm just double checking why self-signed is coming. Yeah, awesome. I'm seeing the successful call, okay. So the thing what we proved in the session team, we proved in this session especially how you can connect to the app service securely, how your app service is connected to the database securely, but little tweak on your existing plan, existing architecture. Let me double check this particular thing where exactly the issue is coming. But rest all same, only app service sitting outside, sitting inside is the only change thing. Awesome. Thank you for the session. See you in the next part.